so glad we purchased this Dometic freezer, which is going to double the freezing capacity on the boat, which is awesome because one of the most expensive things in the Bahamas is the meat. So the more meat we can bring with us, the less expensive it will be while we're down there. It is a CFX 55, which means it has a capacity of 55 liters, but I don't know what 55 liters is in meat, so we need to do some experimentation.
We didn't have a vacuum sealer last year, and I kind of regretted not getting one, but also it was good to learn the lesson for myself. Meat is sometimes hard to come by down there, and specifically like chicken isn't always available. Definitely no red meat. We don't need a whole lot of it anyways, but definitely fewer options than you might imagine in some places. So in order to figure out how many meats per liter there are, we are going to vacuum seal some and use them for measurement purposes. The only thing I have on hand is actually frozen right now, so it's just for a test. It'll have to do.
I wake up in the morning in this great blue state. Golden fingers caress my face.
That's definitely a lot less volume than like it in its regular packaging. Last year I just kept everything in the original packaging, and I feel like that really limited how much we could bring.
So, some quick math. We can get stacks of 12 in each little deep compartment, which means we can get to 48 for the deep compartments, another 8 in the little one, which brings us to 56 pounds of meat. And then if we could pack them optimally, I think we get to about 70. So, optimal configuration, 70 meat pounds equals about 55 liters.
Nice. I just started the process of provisioning for the Bahamas, and if you can't tell already, I am sick, so this is not what I want to be doing, but we only have our slip here in Charleston until Sunday, and we want to get a lot of the non-perishable provisioning done before we leave here because basically it's just really convenient to do from here, and we're not really sure where the boat's going and how convenient it will be to get like a ton of provisions onto it for where we're putting it in Fort Pierce. So even though I feel like there's a swarm of bees like running around in my head, I just have to go ahead and get it done. So here we go. Last year I just basically rented a car and ran around to a whole bunch of different shops and just bought stuff with absolutely no plan in mind other than buying things that I knew we needed. And I had heard stuff was expensive in the Bahamas, and I don't know. It just was really unorganized. I'll put it in a card if you want to see the video. Now that I know a lot more about the Bahamas, I'm trying to go about it in like just a more organized way. And to me, that means creating a spreadsheet. I feel like I've been doing this forever. Right now I'm provisioning all the stuff that is non-perishable or basically just won't expire before we get back. We're planning on being gone for 6 months or roughly 26 weeks. But before I just start buying a whole bunch of stuff like I did last year, I want to make a full meal plan so I know exactly what it is that I need. I made a menu week by week of all of our favorite meals. Then I created a list of ingredients needed for each thing on the list. And I separated things out like vegetables, fruits, and dairy because we're gonna get those in the islands. And meats because we'll get those here right before we go. Yes, things in the Bahamas like fruits and vegetables and eggs are more expensive there, but I would rather pay the premium to have them fresh. And also it's kind of just supporting the local economy and shopping local. And I feel like that's important since we're going to be visiting for so long. Then I created a formula that totals how many times each ingredient was used and the quantity used to determine how much of each item I would need to purchase.
Every element of base, every color that's attached. She paints pictures blue and green, and I release them to the sea.
I'm almost done loading our stuff into our Instacart carts. I have a whole bunch of orders going through Publix, Costco, and a local store here in Charleston. I really love using Instacart because it's so convenient. There is a fee for using their service, but for us and how much stuff we have to get, it's actually a lot cheaper for me to use them to go get our groceries than to rent a car. And it's looking like it'll even be less than a tank of gas that I would have to get if I borrowed their car. So it's just kind of the way to go. Plus, I'm sick and I don't need to be sharing all these germs with the whole world. Just with my girl Phoenix. I have everything set to deliver this afternoon when Charles has an opening in his schedule. So we should be able to just go pick up the groceries from the drivers once they get to the marina.
Watching the sunset on Tennessee hills. I wish I could capture it, I never will.
Of course, somebody just scheduled a call with Charles, and the driver for one of the deliveries is running super early, like over 2 hours early, which is kind of an annoying part about the service, but just gotta deal with it.
It's starting to rain, but I don't feel a thing.
It's the smaller order, so I'm really hoping that I can carry it back. It's nice that the marina has these huge carts that we can use. So here's hoping.
'Cause I found me something that tastes like springtime. Just sitting here sipping on dandelion wine.
I swear, Charles's calls come at the most inconvenient times. His cart is heavy. I hope he gets off on time for the next one. Doing a whole bunch of construction here at the docks. I'm not sure exactly what they've got going on, but they took on all the floating docks around here and they're obviously putting in some new ones. Because all of that, where that crane was, used to be marshes. I don't know what the plan is. Whew, you guys, when you're sick, working out really feels like dog doo-doo. I'm going to get this stuff back to the boat. Yes, I almost did just cuss 2 times. And then I'll talk to you in a minute.
Violet as a color crayon. We were running through the fields. You had flowers in your hand. We were all chasing phantoms. Maybe you would hold them still and I grab on. Yeah. Well, if you're scared of the dark, let the rundown street lights be the stars.
All right, fair warning. The next delivery is supposed to be here at 4:35. So if anyone calls you, you have to refuse their call because there is no way I can bring this load back by myself.
It's no use living if you're already dead. It's not worth saying if it's already said. Even if it all goes over your head, believe it if you want to. So keep your eyes on the road and your head in the stars. Follow it down the rabbit hole just a little while longer. You can change anything if you want to. Sing it like ooh, if you want to. Sing it like ooh, if you want to.
Let's do a heaviness test. See who gets which cart. This one's slightly heavier. So this one's you. It feels light now. It's not gonna by the time we get back to the boat.
The next time I turn around, you'll have grown into a woman in a single bound. I hope I never take you for granted. Spending time with you is all that I wanted. But I'll go back to when you were small, burning all our favorite records on the CD-ROM. We were splitting headphones in a hammock to a soundtrack we
Anything that is in a cardboard box needs to be removed from its packaging because cardboard attracts all sorts of bugs. It's also just waste that you don't want to bring to the islands because they don't have a great way to get rid of it. So you might as well not bring it there and not make it their problem. The one like awesome thing about being able to use Costco is that they have like enormous boxes, but the bad part is because they're so big, sometimes they don't really store very well on the boat. And also sometimes when you open up like a big package of something, that means you have to like start eating it, or you have to find a way to keep it fresh, or you're gonna have to like find the right way to like reseal it. So sometimes if it's something like really huge but you wouldn't get through in, you know, a month or whatever, that's just going to be taking up space in your fridge. So you really have to be careful with what you get in those like huge sizes because they can become really cumbersome once they're open.
If you're scared of the dark, let the rundown street lights be your stars. Let them know who we are. Let them shine for you.
At some point during the ordering, I got so incredibly nauseous just by how much food this is and like how much money it was. And I just completely freaked out. But then I had to remind myself, like, it's for 6 months and that's a long time. And I just had to kind of like breathe through it. So getting everything put away is going to be my next challenge. I've already done these 2 little compartments and I'm pretty pleased with what I got in them. And I'm making a list of what goes in each place so that when I need to get some supplies, I'm not like freaking out and having to open up each and every compartment for where I put stuff. And I did not make a list last year, and it was definitely the source of a couple of headaches. Get yourself in a bit of a jam. So, as we had just learned, on either side of the table under the settee are our 2 major food storage areas on the boat. They're pretty huge. I mean, I think yeah. I mean, excellent hiding spaces for hide and go seek time. Not that we play that a whole lot. God, I'm sick and my jokes are horrible. My jokes are always horrible. Who am I kidding? Going to just try and get whatever is left in these 2 compartments. We're definitely not out of storage yet. So let's go. All right, so you may have noticed the grotesque amount of almonds. And it's kind of strange because Charles and I don't even eat almonds, but we do use them to make almond milk. We just got a like brand new little contraption that makes it super easy. And so doing the math, each one of these bags is 11 cups of almonds, and 1 cup of almonds makes 5 cups of almond milk. So this bag makes, help me out, Charles.
Oh man.
So that's 5 times 11. So that's
55.
55 cups, which is gallons.
I don't know.
So I'll put how many gallons or half gallons this is on the screen, but basically for several gallons of milk, this is pretty lightweight. Dairy milk just really doesn't stay good in our fridge very well. Maybe it'll stay better in the Dometic, but our built-in fridge just doesn't do a good job with any dairy, really. Well, no, nothing's ever easy. We have tons of room left, so even though we have a couple more things to buy, I'm super excited about it. All of the finances and everything will be broken down on Patreon, so if you are interested in the finance part of it, then head over there to see that. Yeah, we'll see you next week, guys. Bye.